Welcome. I'm David Sweet, founder and CEO of FocusCore, and I'm here on this glorious Friday morning with Andrew Hankinson, president of Zwilling Japan. Hello, Andrew.
Hey, David, thank you very much for coming today. I am Andrew Hankinson. I am the president and managing director of Zwilling, J.A. Henkels, a famous German cutlery company, cookware company since 1731.
And I know that we've done a lot of work together,
We have.
and it's been nice to help you with supply chain and SECI, as well as some accounting, as well as marketing and sales, and some difficult positions. And as we've transitioned from a contingency search to a retained search, you were open enough to go with us on that adventure. Tell us a little bit how you saw the difference between a contingency search versus a retained search for you being able to bring in the best talent.
Sure. Well, I have to be honest. I've been with Zwilling now for 12 years, and I've been working with you for 12 years, or actually longer, but through my whole history here. And I have, throughout my career in Japan, almost 30 years, I've never used retained search. It was scary because there's a sticker shock. So if you're hiring somebody for 10 million yen, I'm just speaking generally here.
Yep.
There's 3 million commission that potentially you need to pay, and with retained, you got to pay 2 million at least up front before with no guarantees. That's kind of scary for a lot of people. So I resisted for many, many years. And we did contingency. And I found that especially as the market for new talent became more difficult, I was spending, and my team were spending a lot of time reviewing resumes, interviewing candidates, and a lot of them just weren't working out. With retained, if I can cut to the chase, I found that it was a case of quality versus quantity. And I can say to any potential employer that is considering retained that, because I was in the same position, the risk or the pressure is not so much on me, but it's on you to deliver. Because if I'm paying you millions up front and you don't deliver, then the chances of me using that service again are slim. Once bitten, twice shy kind of the situation. And I should say, we're very lucky that I have used FocusCore now, retained search for 3 candidates. Overall, I've hired 8 staff through you going back 12 years. 8's pretty good, but 3 on retained. The very first time we used your service, we hired the very first person you introduced. You introduced just one person. I think the deal was you would introduce 4 resumes or something. You just said, well, it's a tough position, and it was a tough position. Extremely.
It had been open for 8 months.
It had been open for 8 months, if not the most important position in this company, one of the most important, because it's a knife product manager position. There's really no knife product manager people out there. Maybe there's 5 or 6, but they're with the competitors, right? So you really I needed to find somebody who could flourish in that role, who had the talents and the capability to be able to succeed in this very challenging role. The very first person you introduced, we hired him, and he has become a true superstar. So, of course, we were very satisfied and then used you again for another retained position. And we didn't hire the very first person, but it was within, I think, the first 3 resumes, people that you introduced. We were, again, very successful, still with us, and then a 3rd one as well. So I can say I'm very satisfied with it. Retained search, for me, it really saves a lot of time, because you're not looking at lots of resumes. You're not interviewing lots of people. And it's more of like to use a military analogy, it's more like a sniper versus a shotgun approach. And with a shotgun approach, you just get lots of resumes and you kind of have to weed through them. What I like about retained, and one of the things that I like about working with FocusCore, is our relationship. So we have a specific culture here in Zwilling. You and your staff know me personally. So when you pre-screen candidates, you kind of already know whether there's a potential fit or not. And that's invaluable in the past, when not just FocusCore, but we work with other recruiting agencies. So I talk about culture. A lot of times I leave the decision to use a recruiter up to certain hiring managers. Like people in marketing can use you, they can use somebody else. People in sales can use, whomever they want. I always recommend FocusCore, but some people prefer others. Anyway, what I'm saying is a lot of recruiters will, under contingency, will send you a lot of resumes. They just hope that something will stick. So you spend your time looking at all these resumes. They're relatively pre-screened, yes, of course. But there's no pre-intervention on, would this person be a good fit for the company or not?
Thank you so much for spending time with me, Andrew, and sharing about your company. Thank you for working with us and sharing your insights into retained search. We've enjoyed it working with you and partnering with you now and in the future.
Well, thank you very much, David. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for the great talent that you're always bringing my way, and keep it going, buddy.
Thank you.